Media Network.
Now Spartans 2-on-1 into the zone. Shot! Oh! Another roof shot. 5-on-3 into the Spartan zone. What a save by Augustine. And now Michigan State back over the blue line. Rake wide to pass. Out front.
It's time for the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by the IBEW NECA 665. Learn more at IBEWNECA665.org. The Adam Nightingale Show is also brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance, Simple Human Sense, The Munn Team, Jan and John Munn at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Tommy Raines Realtors, Realtors that get results, the MSU Federal Credit Union. Spartan fans dream big with MSU Federal Credit Union. Coors Light, Mountain Cold Refreshment, Choose Chill, the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, Raise Hope and Foster Dreams. Start your journey to becoming a foster parent today at michigan.gov/hope for a home. The Adam Nightingale Show is also presented by One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. Labatt, crack some Labatt and see where it takes you. Meyer, the official grocer of Michigan State Athletics. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartan Athletics. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. And by Shaheen Chevrolet, offering the largest inventory of new Chevys and pre-owned vehicles in Lansing. Buy, lease, trade in, or sell us your vehicle at ShaheenChevrolet.com. Relax and enjoy the Shaheen difference. Now, with head coach Adam Nightingale, here's Rob Woodward and the voice of Michigan State Spartan hockey, Scott Moore.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665. Coach is here, Woody is too, and for the next 60 minutes, we'll talk about last weekend's sweep over the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, the upcoming exhibition game against the U.S. Under-18 team, and a whole lot more. A little bit later in the show, we'll be joined by junior forward Daniel Russell. So come on over. If you're out there driving around thinking about what to do for dinner, come on over to One North Kitchen and Bar on West Saginaw. Join us for dinner, and we'll talk a little bit of hockey. And if you want to make reservations for this or any of our live coaches shows here at One North, all you have to do is email Caleb, C-A-L-E-B, at onenorthdining.com. Well, Coach, the hockey polls came out earlier today, and the Spartans are ranked number 2 in the nation in both of those polls. It's early on in a very difficult season, but your 9-1 record has drawn some national attention.
Yeah, I mean, we're excited about the start with our group, and I think rankings can obviously change. You can go up and down, and we got to just make sure we keep focusing on getting better every day, and that's what this group's done since they got here in July, and we still have a lot to work on, but I know everyone's excited about the start to the season, but there's still a lot of hockey left.
A lot of hockey left, Knights, but one of the things that you got to be really happy about is talk about 9-1, but 4-0 in the Big Ten. That's a really good start in a tough league.
No, you're right. There's no nights off, and Ohio State came in, hadn't lost a game to be able to sweep them, and then Notre Dame, right, a proud program, and I don't think that first night that score was indicative of the game. It was obviously good to see the puck go in the net, but I don't think it was an 8-3 game. So we knew the next night it was going to be a different challenge, but the guys were up for it.
You talk about that weekend. There was 18 goals scored between the two teams. That's not the norm when we play Notre Dame. But 2 of those goals were put in by Carson Dorwer. Good to see him light the lamp. I know he had a little bit of a slow start. He was battling a little bit of some injury, if you will, before the season. So good to see him get on the board. I'm curious on what you were telling him. I know that he wanted to, you always want to get that first of the season, and he finally got it, 6 games in for him, I think it was.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious on how you were coaching him along up to this week.
Yeah, I mean, Carson's obviously a big part of our team. I mean, the nice thing for our team is we've found ways to win, and he hasn't produced, right? And we need him to produce here, and that's not to put pressure on him, but I mean, it's hard, right? He was out and trying to hop back in. He missed a significant amount of time, and our guys have been training. So I think it's just focusing on things that make Carson special. And obviously we all get excited about goals and assists and producing, but he really does understand the value of playing 200 feet, and you can impact the game without scoring. And he had done that, before. But as a player, you always want to see the puck go in the net. So you could tell he was excited.
So you were happy with the way he was playing.
Yeah, I mean, I think just having some patience to and understanding that it does take time. Like you're out
to get his legs
going.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I think he practiced a handful of times. Then we played Boston College. I mean, that's not an easy.
Yeah.
Maybe an athlete like Woody could do that, but that's very tough.
Thanks, buddy.
Two very different outcomes that we kind of brushed on that a little bit against the Irish, but there was a common thread. The Spartans played fantastic defense against a team that's fighting to get rolling in conference play.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think that that's been a focus for our group, right? Obviously we think we got good goalies, but you can't abuse that. You got to be really good away from the puck and try to limit quality scoring chances. We were a lot better Friday night than we were Saturday. I thought Saturday, actually the first half of the game was very similar to Friday's, and we took some penalties and put ourselves in a tough spot, and all of a sudden it's a ball game. And but Trey made some big saves for us. That's his job, right? If there's some breakdowns, and we're going to need him to do that. But overall, I thought we've done a good job defending.
And 2 more shorthandeds on the weekend as well.
That
doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Again, same philosophy.
Yeah.
You take a lot of penalties, you probably got a chance to score shorthanded.
Well, this week it's an exhibition game down in Canton against Team USA. You and a few of your team members are returning to your old stomping grounds, and that's going to be kind of nice.
Yeah, great memories. It's a beautiful facility. I think the track record there, the players that have played there, and the way the program helps guys get better, it speaks for itself. And looking forward to a packed crowd. Obviously a great cause going on. Obviously it's we get to go there and play, but. Matt Deschamp's a former teammate of mine that's an assistant coach at University of Michigan. His wife Kelly's battling cancer, and they got 5 kids, and my wife and her are close friends. When we played together, they became friends. We lived in the same apartment complex. So love to see the rink slam. Sounds like ticket sales have been going good, but it'd be awesome. It's a great turnout.
And a great opportunity. If anyone is listening to this in the Detroit area and you don't get to come up to Lansing very often, come on out to Canton on Thursday night. You get a chance to see your Spartans.
Yeah, I think you're right, Scott. You can't get a ticket to our game right now. So if you're an alum in the Detroit area and you want to bring your kids, and it's a great opportunity to not only see our team, but the top American-born players.
Well, we will be back with more MSU hockey talk on the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665. Woody will head out into the microphone after this on the Spartan Media Network.
With full electrification of our communities on the horizon, the electrical construction industry is rapidly growing. As an IBEW apprentice, you earn a living wage while you learn, graduate debt-free, and start a great career with excellent wages, family health care, and retirement benefits. IBEW 665 and the National Electrical Contractors Association are the leaders in training the next generation of electricians. The future is electric. Learn more at IBEWNECA665.org.
So, got one for you, boss.
Oh, yeah?
What's black, white, and dented all over?
I give up.
The company truck. I know, but thanks to our agent, we've already submitted an insurance claim and can track the status right from the app. Auto owners pays what they owe without any hassle.
Lucky for you, that's simple human sense.
Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you.
Calling all Spartans. Global healthcare leader Abbott, MSU, and the Big Ten need you to donate blood for the We Give Blood Drive competition. Your donation can save up to 3 lives, as well as make MSU the Big Ten champion of blood donation. For more information and to find out how you can make your donation count for MSU, please visit big10.org/Abbott or contact Versity or your local blood donation center to sign up for a local upcoming blood drive.
Hey Spartans, when it's game time, it's One North time. Just minutes from Michigan State University, One North Kitchen and Bar is your go-to spot for scratch cooking and world-class hospitality. When you're celebrating a win or catching up with friends, we've got the perfect dish to make every moment special. Join us for the MSU Coaches Shows and get closer to the action with the voices that bring Spartan spirit to life. Visit One North, where Spartan pride meets memorable meals.
Back live in 3, 2, 1, live.
Welcome back to One North Kitchen and Bar for the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665. You know, if you miss any of our coaches' shows, any of the Adam Nightingale shows, or the Tom Izzo show, the Robin Freilich show just started earlier today, you can listen to those as podcasts now. Go to wherever you get your podcasts and search for Spartan Media Network, and you'll be able to listen to any of our coaching shows. And even there is a watch, you can watch them there as well. So you can catch up with the Spartans anywhere you are. Well, Rob Woodward is out in the audience with the microphone, and he's hanging out with Greg Bria. Bree, how you doing?
Good, Scott, yourself?
I'm doing just fine as long
How
as
about that guy sitting next to you? You doing all right?
I think he's doing pretty good.
Hey, Coach, over the past several weeks, two freshmen, D'Angelo and Van Sagi, each scored their first goal. What do you recall about making your first Lake State goal and your first Spartan goal?
Well, that was a long time ago, and I should have a better memory because I didn't score that much, but I don't even remember my first goal at Lake State, to be honest with you. And I think I scored an empty net goal against Ferris State. So it was a good lesson. Sometimes I talk to our guys about that. My dad used to talk to us, my brothers and I, about it's great. Obviously, we all want to score, but those memories that, at times they'll fade away. But you'll remember being in the locker room with the guys and hanging out with the guys and being part of the team. And it's definitely been true for me. Again, it's not that I scored a ton and I should be able to remember much, but I don't really remember much of those things. But I do remember in the locker room and hanging out with the guys. So some good advice from my dad.
Anytime that you talk to a graduating senior, you say, "What are you going to miss the most?" He says, "Being in the room with the guys."
No doubt. I think that's even why when I got into coaching, right, I stopped playing and took a job with the construction company. We were in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I think that's at the end of the day what I really missed is being in the room and being part of something bigger than yourself.
Exactly. Back to the audience. Bird, how you doing?
Great, Scott. How you doing?
I'm all
right. Good job, Coach, this
Thank
weekend.
you.
I wonder, I know you don't like to take a lot of penalties, Coach, but I wonder if you could comment about the shorthanded goals that we've been getting, and we got to be close to leading the nation in that.
We're actually tied for second, a 6-way tie for second. UConn has 4 on the season. We've got 3.
Yeah. I think Jared DeMichael runs our penalty kill, does a great job. So the guys are organized and detailed. And I think that we also use a lot of guys on the kill. So, we're not going to a game saying, hey, we want to try to show or have some secret strategy. But I do think, when you have that many players that kill, you're a little more fresh and you can catch, the power play maybe sleeping a little bit, and especially at the back half of if one unit's out there. And so our guys know they got the opportunity to get the green light, right? If they can create something, go for it.
Back in the back of the room.
What happened at the end of the game to Red Savage? Is he okay?
He's good. Yep. It was just that happens sometimes in hockey. It was just an incidental. That both players were looking the wrong way and kind of ran into each other. But Red will be fine. That's again part of our sport. Things like that happen, but he'll be all right.
We talked about that at the end of the broadcast on Saturday, and I got home and my wife Mandy said, "You and Scotty got to tell us what happened. You got to realize the people at the radio aren't at the rink." And I said, "Well, look, I thought about asking Knights about it after the game, but I know he's not going to talk about it." So,
yeah.
So good question. Thanks for getting it out of Coach.
Yeah. And it was kind of behind the play. I didn't see it until they were both laying down on the ice.
I said, "Hey, hon, coaches don't like talking about it." So it's good to hear that Red's going to be okay.
Yep.
All right. Rob has a question back there.
Hey, Coach, I know he's coming up in the next segment, but he just scored the 10,000th goal at Mount Arena, I believe, of course, on his birthday. Talking about Daniel Russell. Just talk about his game and how he's developed and what sort of leader he's become this year.
Yeah, we're super lucky to have him, right? I think in the 2.5 years we've been here, if you rated players after every game, more times than not, maybe 99% of the time, he'd be in the top 3. He's an everyday guy. He's a low maintenance guy. He'll do anything for the team. And, he's really taken a step, this year, just his ability to finish. If you look back at, he had a lot of opportunities the first 2 years to score some goals, and he did score some goals for us. But just being able to shoot the puck off the pass, and he's competitive, he's smart, and now he's able to finish, and a huge part of our team.
Anybody with a question, get your hands up. And Rob, do we have anybody?
I
Rob,
have
do
one.
you have a
I
question?
do. Yeah. Bree mentioned Shane Van Sage. I think he had a goal, a couple assists over the weekend. I'd mentioned during the broadcast this weekend, he's somebody that I've been really impressed with. And the goal that he had, I think it was the first one on Saturday night where he just walked Blusinski, the defenseman for Notre Dame. But when we were out at Canisius, and I wrote this down, Knights, because I kind of found it profound. You were talking about Shane. You said not many kids his age know who they are and what makes them great. Can you talk a little bit more about what you meant by that comment when you were describing Shane?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Shane's been great. He keeps getting better. Sometimes you watch him play, it's hard to believe. He just turned 18 years old. There's only, I don't know if there's 3 or 4 kids in college his age. And, but I think one of the hardest things to do as a young player is really embrace who you are. I think you turn on TV or YouTube or whatever and see all these highlight plays. And obviously that was a highlight reel goal that he scored, but his bread and butter, he's a power forward. He's really good below the dots. He's physical, and he's got a unique ability to believe in who he is, but also, even if he doesn't score, he finds a way to create momentum for our team, through puck possession and work. And he's only going to get better when you're that age and work as hard as he does. I'd be super excited we have him, and sky's the limit.
Yeah, I'm going to switch gears a little bit more of a program question, and it is in regards to recruiting. So, was about a week and a half ago, I think the NCAA made it official that the Canadian junior leagues can now come and play college hockey if they choose to do so. So what kind of complexities does that add to you and your staff when it comes to recruiting, and how soon are you going to go after these guys, if at all?
Yeah, we've already started, right? Our guys have been out watching. They've been in OHL rinks, and we're getting inundated with names of kids that potentially want to play college. And so really, when you look at that, it's opened up about 1,500 more hockey players that are eligible for college hockey. And not all of them, or just because of the ruling, but obviously they have to be in good academic standing. And some of the kids are draft picks, and they may sign. So trying to filter through all that, but our job's to follow the rules, and obviously these are new players we can go after, and we're going to go after the best players, and our guys have already started doing that.
One thing that I was thinking about looking back at the weekend, I know you don't necessarily look at your line chart as line 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's just 4 lines for you. But the line that you put at the top of the chart, Dorwart centering Russell and Larson, really caught fire this weekend, and you had multiple points out of, I believe, all 4 lines over the course of the weekend. That kind of scoring depth is beautiful.
Yeah, no, I think that's a key to our team, right? Is you got to have depth. And Carson's line, Carson, it was good to see him, get on the sheet. Russ has been pretty consistent, right? And then Joey's, obviously his ability to shoot the puck off the pass and score on the power play has been obviously evident. And we love our depth. It's competitive, and again, one of the strengths of our team.
Frankly, you'll want to join us for the Michigan Sports Brief every weekday on Spartan Media Network radio stations all across the state of Michigan, presented by Frankenmuth Insurance. Find your local independent agent at fmins.com. We are live in Lansing with the head coach of the Spartans, Adam Nightingale, and our show is powered by IBEW NICA 665. We'll talk with Daniel Russell when we come back. You're listening to the Adam Nightingale Show.
When you're first told your child has autism, you're scared to death. You worry, are people going to look at him or her differently? The Autism Alliance of Michigan is a rock for families. AAOM has experts working hard every day to provide help, hope, and answers to families. Call us today at 877-463-AAOM or visit autismallianceofmichigan.org, sponsored by the Autism Alliance of Michigan and the Michigan Association of Broadcasters.
Rocket met with first-time home buyers to get real about buying a home.
When you don't understand the process, you don't know what steps to take.
Money is just scary to begin with. There's so many question marks.
I wish there was like a home ownership coach out there.
My name's Austin. I'm an executive at Rocket. We're doing a lot, but we can do more just listening to you today.
Get real solutions to real concerns. Call 800-4ROCKET.
Rocket Mortgage LLC, NMLS number 33, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states.
At the Capital Region International Airport, we connect our community to the world with nonstop service to Washington, D.C. and Chicago on American Airlines, Detroit on Delta Airlines, and beginning October 2nd to Orlando and Fort Myers on Breeze Airways. When you fly Lansing, you're just one stop from over 500 global destinations.
And with direct flights to Cancun, Punta Cana, and Montego Bay starting in January, your escape to beautiful tropical beaches is easier than ever. The Capital Region International Airport, your gateway to the world. Visit flylansing.com for more information and to book your flight today.
From the biggest of big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go!
Run, James!
No. First base.
Go, go, go!
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
Back live in 3, 2, 1. You're live.
We are back live for more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665. Spartan fans, if you live, work, or go to school in the state of Michigan, you can join MSU Federal Credit Union. Save more and carry the only colors in your wallet with MSU FCU. Open your account today at msufcu.org. MSU Federal Credit Union is the official credit union of Spartan Athletics. Well, we are joined now by number 20, a junior forward out of Traverse City, Michigan, Daniel Russell. Dan, thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Big round of applause for you. Before we get to my questions and Woody's questions, we have one out in the audience for you.
Good evening, Daniel.
Good evening.
How you doing?
Good.
Hey, I was just kind of wondering, with your dad who had played here, Mom who spent 4 years here, what kind of tips did you get from them as far as nightlife in the East Lansing?
Nightlife? Is there nightlife in East Lansing? Not for athletes.
No, I don't know much about it. I don't go out too much.
That's great.
Okay. That one caught me right. Yeah, that was out of left field. Bird has one for you, though. This might be.
Yeah,
I don't know.
This is a pretty good question, I thought.
Okay.
Anyway, I was reading an article about you today in the paper, which they ran a good article, and they asked about your improvement this year, and I think your answer was that you worked on your shot, and I just wondered if you could tell us what you do to work on your shot like that.
Yeah, so that was like the biggest takeaway from our meeting at the end of the year with the coaches, was that I really need to work on my shot, my scoring touch a bit. So started just every day, like at the rink, we have all the amenities we're going to ask for. So I spent a lot of time in the shooting room after practice, take a couple one-timers with some of the coaches after.
One of the things I was wondering, this is your third season on the team. In your opinion, what has been the key to the turnaround that you guys have been part of?
I think it's big work ethic thing. I think everyone that we have here really works their bag off every day, and I think that's the biggest part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Danny, I was texting with your dad this morning, and he said one of his good memories that he has with you and your brothers actually was pond hockey or hockey in the backyard. So you're a civil engineer, right? That's your major.
Yeah.
I'm curious, because I know your dad built your house up in Traverse City.
Yeah,
who would build the rink in the backyard when you guys were younger? And what kind of memories does that bring back for you as well?
I mean, yeah, he would put us all to work. It was hours every year to put up all the boards, put the liner down, flood it, put the inside boards, the lights up, the netting. Spent a lot of time out there, so
you were on the crew. You were on the crew to build the house, though, weren't you?
Oh yeah. Well, the first house that we had I was too young, obviously, but yeah, the last house we built, I had like a really big part of building it and designing it.
Awesome. That rink sounds like a real undertaking with all of those features, lights and everything.
Oh yeah, it was 50 feet by 100 feet, so it was good size.
Okay.
And lights, netting. So when you miss a net, it would stay in bounds and all that. Yeah,
that's
He said he'd get up sometimes at 4 a.m. to kind of basically clear the rink of the snow, make it nice and smooth. You'd be out there all day long.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
who did you grow up playing for in the Traverse City area?
Well, my dad. So we had I just played AA up until U14. So I played with my dad, and on our rink we would have
Is that for the North Stars?
Yeah. Well, at the time it changed every year. It was a different team name every year, but and then every year we would have one practice on our outdoor rink every year. So that was fun.
Now, did you think of going anywhere else? I know we've kind of talked about this before, but we might have some new people in the audience. Your dad, like Bree said, being an alum here, playing, he was my line mate for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anywhere else that you looked at as far as playing college hockey?
There was a couple that were interested, before Michigan State had reached out, but once they did, I went on a unofficial visit pretty quickly, and then called them and committed the next day.
Do you feel
you have a brother that played collegiately, right?
Two. Both of them played. Yeah,
both of them. One at Brown and
one at Brown. The oldest one was at Michigan Tech.
Okay.
Yeah.
Danny, do you feel that your role has changed being an upperclassman in your junior year as opposed to the previous 2 years?
Yeah, I would say that you're looked up to a little bit more by the underclassmen, but it hasn't really changed the way I go about things day to day. I try to just be I
would echo that. I think Danny's done a great job being himself, and then you really want to be a driver in practice, and he's everyone here gets to see him in the games, but we see him in practice, and he's really consistent. You know exactly what you're going to get, and that just elevates the rest of the team.
Dan, the team is winning in so many different ways. Coach and I talked about this during our pregame on Saturday. You haven't trailed often, but what's the vibe on the bench when you find yourself trailing? Is it, come on, let's buckle down, guys, or is it, we're going to be okay, just keep playing our game?
I would say that's a big focus, is to keep that morale up, even when things are going great. It's easy to be loud and talking and saying good play and stuff like that. But when they're not going great, you got to be doing that too.
One of the things that Scotty and I often describe as far as when it comes to you when you're out there is your toughness. And you're not one of the biggest guys out there, but you're not afraid. You don't back down. You're not shy of the corners. I'm curious, Danny, are you much of a talker when you're out there, or do you just kind of hit and get on out?
I am not much of a talker. I'd kind of just hit and get out, but I try to kind of stay out of it until I get too upset.
Who is the guy in our team that we could kind of label as a chirper?
I mean, I think I said this last year, but Tanner Kelly for sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right. We're going to take a break here, but hang around because Rob's got some special rapid fire questions for you. The electrical contractors of IBEW NECA 665 provide the safest, highest quality electrical work at the best value to their customers. Learn more at IBEWNECA665.org. And we will be back with more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665, after this break on the Spartan Media Network.
The U.S. is experiencing the worst blood shortage we've seen in 20 years. Give blood this season, and you can help save up to 3 lives each time. Join me and Abbott so we can save more lives together. Let's make Spartan Nation the #1 blood donor in the Big Ten.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket? No, but we do make them work. Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
The U.S. is experiencing the worst blood shortage we've seen in 20 years. Give blood this season, and you can help save up to 3 lives each time. Join me and Abbott so we can save more lives together. Let's make Spartan Nation the #1 blood donor in the Big Ten.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Dad. Did you get a new haircut or something? A new shirt? You're looking good.
What happened?
A little fender bender.
How little?
A few days in the shop little, but thanks to Mom and our agent, we've already submitted a claim and can track the status right from the app. Auto owners pays what they owe without any hassle.
Sounds like simple human sense.
I'm fine, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask.
Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you.
Skill is a game changer. And when the doctors you know and trust team up with one of the nation's top health systems, the possibilities are endless. Sparrow is now University of Michigan Health Sparrow. So together, we can bring more specialized expertise, more of the latest treatments, and more of the best possible care closer to you. Discover what's possible at uofmhealthsparrow.org.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Back live in 3, 2, 1, live.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665. Raise hope and foster dreams by starting your journey to becoming a foster parent today. Visit michigan.gov/hope for a home to learn more on how you can support children of all ages in your community. We got another question for Dan from the audience.
Okay, it seems like you're the go-to guy to get the game-winning goal. You got 5 of them. Is it just a coincidence, or do they look for you?
I think it's just a coincidence. I mean, most of the time it's to put us up by 2 or 3, and it somehow ends up being the game-winner goal. But, yeah, it's more of a coincidence.
Okay, it is time for your rapid-fire questions. Rob, do you want to describe what we're doing here for Dan?
So, Danny, last year we asked everybody different questions. This year we're asking everybody that comes on as a guest the exact same question. So I've got 10 here. Whatever comes to your mind first. You ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. Favorite hockey player as a kid?
Pavel Datsyuk.
Other than hockey, what sport are you best at?
Soccer.
As a forward, what 2 NHL players, and they could be retired or current, would be your dream line mates?
Ooh, I think Kucherov and, probably McDavid.
All right. Which teammate do you bring to an escape room?
Ooh, that's a good one. Maybe Caden Nelson. I feel like he's smart.
All right. Who on the team is most likely to end up dating a celebrity?
Probably Isaac Howard.
Yeah, he's gotten a bit.
Yeah, he's had a few.
Which teammate is most likely to end up a coach?
Probably Tiernan Shouty.
Coach Knights needs you to dig a 5-foot by 5-foot trench, and you need to get it done in 5 minutes. You can bring one person in the program to help you out. Who do you bring?
Van Sagi.
We're hearing that name a lot.
Who on the team would win a Dancing with the Stars competition?
Ooh, Max Strabach.
You're a coach, and you can pick yourself here if you want. Who do you send out first in a shootout?
Carson Dorwart.
All right, you spend a ton of time at Munn Arena. What is the best thing about Munn?
The atmosphere during the game is probably the best thing.
Danny Russell. Right. Thanks, my man. Rock it.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for coming out, Dan. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. It is time now for our Alumni Hall trivia question. It's for the audience that's here at One North with us. And here's what we want to do. The winner is going to get tickets to an MSU home game. You'll pick up your tickets at the Alumni Hall retail location at Eastwood Town Center in Lansing. Okay. And the question for this week, and if you've already won tickets this weekend, let some other fans have a chance first before you go after it, okay? The highest number ever worn by a 4-year player at Michigan State was number 92. Who wore number 92 for 4 years at Michigan State? Rob has the microphone, and an arm goes up in the back. We'll get to Alan here and see if he has the answer correct.
David Bondra.
David Bondra is correct. David Bondra.
Very good.
Yep. Played between 2012 and 2016. Was named academic All Big Ten 3 times, Big Ten Distinguished Scholar as a redshirt sophomore, and played internationally for his father's homeland of Slovakia. So congratulations, Alan. You get free tickets to an upcoming game. Our show today comes to you live from One North Kitchen and Bar in Lansing. One North Kitchen and Bar offers outdoor seating, curbside pickup, and don't forget all the MSU coaches shows. Make your reservations by emailing Caleb at onenorthdining.com. Scott and Kathy want to thank their staff for the great job that they do each and every day here at One North. The Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665, will continue after this timeout. This is the Spartan Media Network.
Sometimes we're asked if you need to be a Spartan to be a member of Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. The answer is no. To be an MSU FCU member, you just need 3 things. 1, you love saving money and earning cash back. 2, you have a passion for supporting your community, just like we do. 3, when it comes to your future, you prefer to dream big. If this sounds like you, visit msufcu.org to get started. Of course, if you want to cheer on MSU, we're totally on board with that too. Go green.
When you're a foster parent, you play a lot of roles.
Provider, giving a foster child a safe home, healthy meals, and hope.
You're always there.
You're a cheerleader. Your family. You would do anything for a child in your care.
Every day is different. Every need is different. But one of the most impactful roles you can play in life is being a foster parent. See why at michigan.gov/hope for a home. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
From the biggest of big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go! Run, James! No, first base! Go, go, go!
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
Farm Bureau Insurance invites you inside the green for an exclusive dinner with football coach Jonathan Smith. This unique experience includes a private dinner for 1 winner and 3 guests with Coach Smith. The winner also receives a private tour of Spartan Stadium, an autographed football from Coach, tickets to a future home game, and more. For more details and to register, visit InsideTheGreenSweeps.com. Farm Bureau Insurance, proud sponsor of Michigan State Athletics.
Back live in 3, 2, 1, live.
We are back with more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665. Global healthcare leader Abbott, MSU, and the Big Ten need you to donate blood for the We Give Blood Drive competition. Let's make MSU the Big Ten champion of blood donation. To find out more, visit big10.org/Abbott or contact a local blood donation center to sign up today. They had the big blood drive at Michigan State a few weeks ago, but the competition goes all school year long. So give early and often, I guess, and make MSU the winner there. Rob, you've been doing college hockey fun facts for us all season. What do you have for us tonight? Oh, hang on. There.
Before we get to the college hockey fun fact, we had an audience member. I think you know her a little bit. She was wondering, she was a little shy, though.
A little shy?
Yeah. She was wondering, why didn't the whistle blow when Red Savage was down on the ice? And he was down there for a few seconds at the end of that game. And people are kind of wondering, and she asked, when someone's hurt like that, why don't they blow the whistle right away?
That's a good hockey question right there.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I think that's it depends on the situation. I don't think they called the penalty correct on it. So I think we touched the puck for a little bit, and so that's normally when they blow it. And then I think probably a little bit the timing of how much time was left. They probably just said, you know what, we'll let this finish out, and instead of blowing it down with 0.5 seconds left or whatever it was.
If the puck had come his way, I think they would have blown.
Yeah.
I
think
the
he
puck
was
had
safe
gotten
there.
down into that corner.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think Geary that lost his helmet this last weekend, and they'll blow the whistle immediately.
Yep, and that if he tries to stay out there and doesn't skate towards the bench or makes a play on the puck, then it's a penalty.
Yeah.
Yep.
So to our college hockey fun facts. So we mentioned earlier, so we got a lot of goals, 18 on the weekend. We scored 8 against Notre Dame on Friday night, and Scotty and I were talking after the game that night. The last time we got 8 against Notre Dame was January 20th of 1995 when we won 8-3 in South Bend. But it got me wondering, what's the most goals ever scored in a college hockey game? And it's 22.
Wow.
And it's happened twice. Brown did it against Springfield in January 31st, or on January 31st of 1952. And then Boston College did it against Fort Devens. Not sure who that is. December 13th, 1948.
Well, like they say, it was a different game.
It was a different game. What's the most goals that MSU has ever scored? 18. We did that against Ohio State, December 7th, 1957.
Wow.
By the way, little bonus fun fact, the most goals ever scored in a season, 292. That was by Maine, that 1993 team. Michigan State, we've got 2 teams in the top 10, top 6 actually. We're the 4th best. That was 277 goals in the 88-89 season, and then 262 goals in the 84-85 season. That's the 6th best ever.
And
it's a lot of goals. That's
time.
a different game, like Scotty said.
Yeah. The 18 against Ohio State, that's your memorable moment for the night, isn't it?
Well,
or did you find something else?
A little bit. So, we had mentioned earlier as well, Danny got the 10,000th goal ever scored in program history, right? So I started thinking, right, how many goals have we scored? Or what's the most goals we've ever scored at MUN? 18 is the program history, right? But that was back in 1957. So you got to go back. This is my freshman year. I was on this team.
Wow.
And I played in this game. October 28th, 1989. We were playing University of Illinois, Chicago.
Okay.
And we won 14-1 in that game. And that's the most goals in a game ever scored at MUN Arena.
Wow.
We've had a couple 13-1, 13-3, a handful of 12-goal games, 11-goal, 10-goal games, but 14.
Wow.
According to
do you remember that
my
game?
Fact checks. I do. I tried to pull up the
see if you scored.
I did. I think I might have,
Did
but
you?
it wasn't on there.
Yeah.
It wasn't on there.
No, yeah.
So
I couldn't pull up the box score. It's because there was too many goals, I
Yeah.
guess. It said you had to go find the original.
So as far as you know, you did.
I think so. I like playing
I'd say
against
go for
UIC.
it.
That was, my hometown.
Yeah.
I remember the first time we played at UIC, I got booed.
Because they knew
because
you
I
were
was from Illinois.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right. Our alumni spotlight tonight has a tie into earlier in the show as well. It's Kerry Russell, the father of Danny Russell, 1991 graduate. Kerry played on 2 CCHA championship teams, 3 NCAA tournament games, picked up 56 goals and 86 assists for 142 points over his 4-year Spartan career. He was a 1988 draft pick of the Hartford Whalers and played 2 years professionally after his time with the Spartans. He spent the 91-92 season with the Springfield Indians of the AHL, and the following year he skated for the Detroit Falcons of the Colonial Hockey League, and that was led by former MSU assistant coach Terry Christensen. Today, Dr. Kerry Russell owns and operates Russell & Johnson Chiropractic and Sports Injuries Clinic in Traverse City, Michigan. Some of his post-hockey accomplishments include completing his postgraduate fellowship in chiropractor sports medicine and clinical nutrition to better serve his patients. Kerry and his wife Molly have lived in Traverse City since 1998 and have 4 children, 3 in addition to Daniel, Marcus, John, and Maisie. And that is our alumni spotlight.
I got to go back to my memorable moment because there is an asterisk. So
okay.
Ellis is probably texting me. There was one other game where we got 14 goals, but it was an exhibition game. September 29th of 2001. It was the game before the Cold War. Michigan State beat Queens in an
College.
exhibition game,
Wow.
14-1 as well.
Okay.
But that was an exhibition game.
Exhibition.
Didn't count.
That's right. None of those numbers transcribed. That's right. Whether your move is across town or across the nation, the MUN team can help. Whether you're in the market to buy, sell, or both, check out the MUN team online at munteam.com. That's Jan and John Munn, serving buyers and sellers since 1985. They are realtors who get results. We're live with the head coach of the Spartans, Adam Nightingale. Tonight's show powered by IBEW NICA 665. You're listening to the Adam Nightingale Show.
The U.S. is experiencing the worst blood shortage we've seen in 20 years. Give blood this season, and you can help save up to 3 lives each time. Join me and Abbott so we can save more lives together. Let's make Spartan Nation the #1 blood donor in the Big Ten.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket? No, but we do make them work. Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
The U.S. is experiencing the worst blood shortage we've seen in 20 years. Give blood this season, and you can help save up to 3 lives each time. Join me and Abbott so we can save more lives together. Let's make Spartan Nation the #1 blood donor in the Big Ten.
When you're a foster parent, you play a lot of roles.
Provider, giving a foster child a safe home, healthy meals, and hope.
You're always there.
You're a cheerleader. Your family. You would do anything for a child in your care.
Every day is different. Every need is different. But one of the most impactful roles you can play in life is being a foster parent. See why at michigan.gov/hope for a home. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Back live in 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665. Just a program note, with Thanksgiving being next week and with the basketball team playing out in Maui, uncertainty about what times they're going to be playing. No show next week, but we'll be back the week after that with another show, and no coverage of the exhibition game this weekend. So we'll be back in action against Lindenwood Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, and since you bring up Thanksgiving, no show next week. Knights, I asked last year what you were thankful for. I'll ask you again. What is Adam Nightingale thankful for this year?
Well, I've got a lot to, but I just think family, right? We super supportive wife, 3 great kids. My in-laws live, a few miles from us, and my parents' health's great, and actually I was a little jealous. The boys got to go up for the opener deer hunting.
Yes,
and
on
so,
Friday.
Yeah, Keaton bagged one on Sunday morning. They sent me a picture, and then Trevor went up when they were sitting in the blind, and I was calling them. It was pretty cool for me to listen to them. They're laughing and giggling. I think it took Keats a few shots to actually knock it down, but he got one, and he was proud.
Well, that's great. That's great. Spartan hockey taking on the U.S. National Team Development Program Under 18 team. This is becoming an annual game for Michigan State, but in the past, it was almost always a home game. This will be the third trip to Canton since December of 2017. And I think playing there is a great way to give Spartan fans, as I said, in the Detroit area, a chance to see the game, open it up to some new eyes.
Yeah, I think the way it's structured, I think it's I think it's play 3 games here and then we go there, and I think that's important, right? We do our job, and especially now when you can't. It's hard to get a ticket to watch our team, and we got a lot of alums in the area to get down there, and a ton of youth hockey players that can come watch our team play, and a great program, right? I mean, you look at the players that they produced, and it'll be a good test for us. They got a ton of skill and a well-coached team, and looking forward to getting to Plymouth.
Knights, you've been on that other side with the U.S. program. What's it mean to those kids when they're playing colleges and universities? Like, but before
it's an awesome evolution there. You and a lot of it just them growing and get so you get them you have the team for 2 years. So the 17 year, you're coaching these kids. They all come in. They're used to being the best player on their team and kind of do what they want on the ice. And then you put them in the USHL and they're in way over their head. And you take some lumps, but you play international. You play your age. Then the 18 year. You still go international, 3 times a year, but you play about 15 to 20 college games. And for those guys, I can remember just the excitement of them and getting a chance to play against college teams and really good programs like ours. Or, we went out to North Dakota when I was there, went out and played Minnesota, went to Cornell, went to BU. And to give those guys that experience, that's why recruiting those kids, I mean, they come to us. If they're a kid that played there, they got 20 college games under their belt, and that really serves them well.
The Spartans are 1-1 at USA Hockey Arena, a 3-0 win in 2017 and a 3-0 loss in 2021. I think I remember the coach on that 2021 team. Laid a little bit of a hurt on your Spartans there.
Yeah, we had a good team. I mean, I think we had 7 kids on that team end up being first round draft picks. Yeah. So, I mean, we were really talented, and it is tough for the colleges. I think, you can view it. Sometimes the players can view it as an exhibition, and they're not really, that doesn't count where these kids are really amped up. And we've tried to convey the message to our guys. Like even when we played Windsor early in the year, is we don't get to play a lot of games relative to what our guys are used to. So when you put the jersey on, we don't really believe in exhibition. Our job's to go out and play our best.
Yeah, I got the chance. Adam was nice enough to let me stand on the bench last year during the exhibition game against the development team, be a fly on a wall back there. And yeah, the pregame meeting and all the other in intermission meetings, it was all business down there.
Yeah, no, I think we owe it to our guys to. Again, it's a privilege to wear our jersey, and you go out there and represent our university, and we got to keep growing our game.
Knights, anything different with this exhibition game as far as how many people you can dress, stuff like that, as opposed to our earlier exhibition game this year?
No, same. I think you can dress. Yeah, you can dress. But you will coordinate with them and see what they're dressing. Again, same thing. Our mindset going into it is, we still got a lot to work on in our game, and we only get one chance to play this week. So we had a good practice today. We got 2 more, and then be ready to go on Thursday.
Well, whenever you shop Meijer, you help support food rescue programs and the Simply Give initiative. You help provide a bright future for kids and support sustainability in our communities. Learn more at Meijer.com. We will be back to wrap up the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665, right after this on the Spartan Media Network.
Sometimes we're asked if you need to be a Spartan to be a member of Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. The answer is no. To be an MSU FCU member, you just need 3 things. 1, you love saving money and earning cash back. 2, you have a passion for supporting your community, just like we do. 3, when it comes to your future, you prefer to dream big. If this sounds like you, visit msufcu.org to get started. Of course, if you want to cheer on MSU, we're totally on board with that too. Go green.
Do you need an electric vehicle charger installed? Whether for a home, business, school, or more, IBEW NECA 665 contractors are the experts in EV charging installations. Our electricians aren't just licensed. We have advanced training and certification through the Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Training Program, or EVITP. The EVITP gives us the most comprehensive training available, which means we install EV chargers to the highest standards of quality and safety. Visit IBEWNECA665.org to find a contractor for your next project.
Hey, got one more, Labatt?
Yeah, here you go.
Yo, got one more?
Sure. Who are you?
Have any more?
I'll take one.
Got another Labatt?
Got one more? How did you all get in my house?
Dude, door was open. Heard you had some Labatt.
Yeah, in the fridge.
Crack some Labatt, make some friends, and see where it takes you.
Always enjoy responsibly. Beer, Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. All rights reserved. Labatt registered U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company Limited.
Skill is a game changer. And when the doctors you know and trust team up with one of the nation's top health systems, the possibilities are endless. Sparrow is now University of Michigan Health Sparrow. So together, we can bring more specialized expertise, more of the latest treatments, and more of the best possible care closer to you. Discover what's possible at uofmhealthsparrow.org.
Back live in 3, 2, 1, live.
We are back with more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665. Michigan State versus the U.S. National Team Development Program on Thursday night, and then you get a couple of days off. Do you give the guys a couple of days away from the rink completely, or do you still bring them in and at least have them work out a little bit?
Oh, they'll come in. We'll have maybe a little workout on Friday, and then we'll practice on Saturday. So, like I said earlier, love to see a great crowd. Spartans turn out for this. Is a great cause to help the Deschamps family, and a great family. Obviously, a Michigan assistant coach, and to partner up with, I think that's pretty special. And no reason that rink shouldn't be slammed.
And we won't get together again before the Spartans take on Lindenwood on Thanksgiving weekend. This will be the first time that Michigan State has ever played the Lions, although we played in their rink.
Yeah, we actually used their locker room in the tournament last year when we went down there. So Bill McCult has done a great job there, right? They've already won quite a few games, and he's really the guy. You look at the really good players that Michigan's had. He's recruited a lot of those guys and developed a lot of those guys, and now he's got a chance to be a head coach and is going to do a heck of a job.
All right. Well, again, no radio coverage on Thursday night. Our next game broadcast will be Friday, November 29th, when Lindenwood visits Munn Ice Arena. If you're out of town for the holidays, you can catch the broadcast online at msuspartans.com or the MSU Athletics mobile app. Again, no show next week. Our next show will be on Tuesday, December 3rd. Thanks to Coach for being here. Thanks to Woody. Thanks to Dan Russell. Thanks to Noah Kelly, our producer, and all the fans here and globally. I'm Scott Moore. Go Green.
You've been listening to the Adam Nightingale Show on the Spartan Media Network from Playfly Sports, powered by the IBEW NICA 665. Learn more at IBEWNECA665.org. The Adam Nightingale Show has also been brought to you by Shaheen Chevrolet, offering the largest inventory of new Chevys and pre-owned vehicles in Lansing. Buy, lease, trade in, or sell us your vehicle at ShaheenChevrolet.com. Relax and enjoy the Shaheen difference. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartan Athletics. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. Meyer, the official grocer of Michigan State Athletics. Labatt, crack some Labatt and see where it takes you. One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. Raise hope and foster dreams. Start your journey to becoming a foster parent today at michigan.gov/hope for a home. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment. Choose chill. The MSU Federal Credit Union. Spartan fans dream big with MSU Federal Credit Union. The Munn Team. Jan and John Munn at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Tommy Raines Realtors. Realtors that get results. And by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense. The Adam Nightingale Show has been a presentation of Playfly Sports in partnership with Michigan State Athletics. All rights reserved. Join us next time right here on the Spartan Media Network.